everybody. Welcome back. We're here with the co-hosts of Pod Save America, Jon Lovett, Tommy Vietor, and Jon Favreau. Tommy, last month I had a chance to interview then President-elect Biden, and I asked him about his ability to sort of change the tone and get anything done in Washington. And he said the previous president's impact on the body politic will fade. Republicans are going to feel they have much more room to run and cooperate. Do you agree? Do you think his influence is going to fade and the Republicans are willing to work on anything together with the Biden administration?
I hope President Biden is right. I'm worried it's a little more complicated than that. I think that Trump emboldened like this racist, nationalist, paranoid faction of the country, and the vast majority of the Republican Party just kind of shrugged at it. And I think Trump he constructed his own reality. And if you disagreed with Trump, you were treated like the enemy. And so the Republican Party became the cult of Trump. And I think it's going to take a lot of courage and a lot of truth-telling by Republicans to change that. And so far, what we're seeing from Republicans like Ted Cruz and Josh Hawley and Kevin McCarthy is that they are scared of crossing Trump. They're scared of angering that MAGA base, and they're not all that into truth-telling. So I'm a little worried about the fever breaking anytime soon.
But isn't one of the problems with a constructed reality is that it's a soap bubble? If you test it, it just pops immediately. For instance, I mean, there are thousands of people who believe in Q and the theories of QAnon, but it turns out that the military isn't secretly going to turn on all the Democrats and arrest them, and Donald Trump will ascend as God King on a throne and save everyone in the world. That is actually something that is breaking the heart of people out there online today. Like, yeah. Isn't there some hope that if you are creating such a strange and extreme reality that it can't survive once the supposed all-powerful person at the top is gone?
I hope you're right. I mean, listen, I think that I'm a little worried about those QAnon adherents finding the next conspiracy and following that and not necessarily snapping back to reality like we hope. So I hope President Biden's right. I hope that we're going to be able to get a lot of stuff done, but I worry a lot.
What about the people, a couple of whom you just mentioned? What do you guys think will happen with Josh Hawley and Ted Cruz or Mo Brooks over in the House, the people who suborned the sedition?
They'll run for president. That's what will happen. That's what Josh Hawley and Ted Cruz will do.
Was there any price to be paid there?
There's a price to be paid for Republicans who are either in states that are purple or blue, or Republican House members who are in districts that are competitive. But until we don't have gerrymandered districts where Republicans are more afraid of a primary challenge from the right than they are of a general election opponent who's a Democrat, we're going to be in this same place. So can Joe Biden pick off a few reasonable Republicans on a piece of legislation here and there? I sure hope so. But the party has been radicalized. The base is radicalized, and they've been radicalized not just by Ted Cruz and Josh Hawley, but by Fox News and Rush Limbaugh and the entire right-wing media ecosystem. And as long as that exists in radicalizing this base, we're going to have this problem.
Well, you guys have spent the last 4 years doing Pod Save America and building a pod empire through crooked media. I'm sure there were some low points when you thought maybe we're not gonna pod save anything, but now that part of your goal has been achieved by engaging the Democratic voters to go out there and cast their votes, what's next? Now that there's a Democrat back in the office, whence go the pod savers?
Yeah, look, I think we felt incredibly lucky to be in the fight with a lot of people who worked incredibly hard over the last 4 years. For me, like when things were darkest, when things were very bad, I wasn't just hopeful that there would be a last day Trump was president. I was hopeful that there'd be a last day Trump was president. We'd all still be paying attention. And for the first time in a long time, it wouldn't just be about what we stopped, but about actually doing some good. And now we won the House. We took the gavel from Paul Ryan. We beat Mitch McConnell. We took the Senate. We won the White House. Now we have a chance to actually do some good if we keep paying attention and we keep fighting.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
New episodes of Pod Save America are released Mondays and Thursdays. Jon Favreau, Jon Lovett, Tommy Vietor, everybody. We'll be right back with a special performance of Together.